Hi guys, a topic that I got inspired to talk about today is self-reflection. I get a lot of emails from young girls asking how I manage to stay focused, how I manage to be so ambitious, why I'm so happy. And as much as I wouldn't consider my life personally to be perfect, one of the things that's really helped me to get to where I am today is self-reflection. I'll be honest, this is something that I learned since the beginning of my relationship with David, my husband, which is one of the many reasons that I really admire him. Self-reflection starts with you asking yourself a few basic questions. For example, am I a good person? Have I handled the situation right? Did I put in 100% at work today? Could I have handled this situation better? These are basic questions that make you reflect on your attitude as a person. And one thing I learned growing up from my dad is you can lie to everybody else. The worst thing you can do is lie to yourself. With self-reflection and with the questions that come with reflecting on your attitude, the most important thing is to tell yourself the truth, no matter how bad it sounds. For example, you had an argument with someone. Even if you leave that situation, going and asking yourself, did I handle this situation correctly? What did I do wrong? And what can I do better? As a student, for example, you're getting ready to write an exam, or you've actually written the exam and you get your results and you're really disappointed by the scores that you get. It's very easy for us as human beings to put the blame on someone else. For example, oh, I think that professor was really strict in marking. But it's a different approach when you ask yourself, did I really put in 100% effort into this exam? Once you answer truthfully, you can say to yourself, okay, this is what I need to do to improve. This is one of the things I apply to my life, and that is one of the reasons why I am still focused. I released a video about my journey through medical school, and I talked about my second year or my third year at university, when I felt like I was with a bunch of people who didn't motivate me. And I sat down and I asked myself, what influence am I getting from these people? How are they positively influencing my life? I answered that question truthfully. I said, well, they're nothing but a distraction. I'm always getting invited to go clubbing, and when I don't go clubbing, I become the party pooper, or people who would prefer to do something else rather than studying. And the next question is, what action will I take? And I decided to cut ties with them. I decided, well, I'd rather be alone, or I'd rather make another group of friends that share the same ambition. And from then on, I realized that my performance in medical school was much better than when I had those bunch of people. So the three most important points to self-reflection is asking yourself the basic questions. Number 2 is answering honestly and truthfully, no matter how bad it makes you feel. And number 3 is saying to yourself, what actions do I take? And actually take those actions. To move away from career and success stories and just to talk a little bit about being online. Okay, being on YouTube, being on the internet, putting my life out there has obviously exposed me to a lot of people, a lot of comments. I get a lot of feedback. Most of it, I would say, is very motivating, and I'm very, very happy and grateful for all the positive feedback that I get from you guys. But on the other hand, there are people who feel better bringing other people down, leaving negative comments for no reason. If you're one of those people, even if you've not directly left any negative comment on my page, or you go around criticizing people or trying to bring people down, whenever you put something negative out there, ask yourself, why did I do that? Why do I feel jealous towards someone else? Why did I feel the need to bring someone else down? It might be because you're not personally fulfilled. Ask yourself, what is it about that person that makes you feel so jealous, and try to work towards making your life better. I'll be honest myself, I see some people online and offline with all these success stories or with the work that they're doing, and I say to myself, I would like to be like them. Rather than feeling jealous, what I do is convert that feeling into a motivation. That makes me sit up longer, that makes me work harder, that makes me do more research. And I feel good about myself, telling myself it's only a matter of time until I get there, but I know that I'm on the right track. So I would like to encourage you, next time that you feel envy or you feel jealousy towards someone else, it's important for you to convert that energy into a motivation. Ask for help, ask for advice, but make sure that you're doing the right thing and you're on the right track. Just to illustrate to you the dangers of not being self-reflective, and some of you might be experiencing it now without even realizing, is that when negative things happen to you, when you're confronted with a difficult situation, you blame others. The danger of blaming someone else for a problem is that it's completely out of your control. You can't do anything about it. The next time something negative happens to you, that discourages you, that gives you negative thoughts, that brings you down, that gets you more depressed, and it becomes a vicious cycle. But if on the other hand you're self-reflective, that gives you control of the situation. That makes you realize that there is something about that situation that I personally can change. You're in control. You will change the situation, and the next time that you're confronted with a difficult situation, you will have a positive attitude towards that situation. So you can see the importance of self-reflection in your overall attitude towards life. Self-reflection is definitely a mentality that I have incorporated into my life as a person, and that's the reason why I come across as a very positive person. I am actually a very positive person. I am very focused, and I ask myself questions, I answer them honestly, and I take action towards it. And that's the reason why I am here today. I'm not perfect. My life is not perfect, but I feel like this mentality has helped me definitely develop a positive mentality towards handling life situations. I'm going to end this video by challenging you to think about the last time you were in a difficult situation. Ask yourself, did I handle this situation properly? And if not, what could I have done differently? It will be interesting to know what difficult situations you've been confronted with recently. So if you can leave that in the comment below, and the way that you handled that situation, it could serve as a learning point for someone out there. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Hi guys, today I'm gonna talk about how to balance YouTube with having a full-time job or being a full-time student.